Good morning. As you can see, it's quite dark. It's 5:30 in the morning. It is thundering and lightning outside. Um, the only other light I have is the one that's over my shoulder. Um, I don't think turning on the hall light real quick will help anything. I can sure try it, so give me 2 seconds. Now, that's a little bit brighter, but sorry, can't do anything about it. It's dark here out here. If I turn that light on, it'll shine your eyes worse than the sun does. Um, Internet's been in and out, so I'm recording this at 5:30 in the morning. If it's not up until after 4 p.m. Central Time, that's because my internet went out. Um, anyway, talked to High Bank on the phone yesterday afternoon, and he says when I say anyway is now a new drinking game. So anytime I say anyway, you gotta take a drink. 5:30 in the morning, I ain't taking no drink. Wild Cars and Customs is doing a revamp of the trackside objects of Riverside, and we had quite the thread yesterday about that. Um, I teased. He put Bill's High Bank's face on the flag man. Uh, I made a joke and saying I'm not downloading that. So we all had a good laugh over that and teasing and stuff like that. Good fun. Good fun. Um, my nose is starting to itch already this morning. I'm not used to getting up this early in the morning. I'm usually just going to sleep. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah. Um, how about the drinking game too? You can do that too. Boy, you'd be drunk as a skunk. So there you go. You can do that when John releases the. He's just doing track sides. He's not changing. He's not changing the track. Somebody else is working on that. Um, Somebody else supposedly. I don't know. That's what I keep hearing is somebody is fixing all the problems with the layout, the bumps that aren't actually there. There's a ski hump somewhere. Well, there's a jump. It's not actually supposed to be that high of a lift, and some of the um, one of the turns is the radius is way wrong, and supposedly somebody's fixing that. So for NR2K, these are all for. I'm talking about NASCAR Racing 2003 season track of Riverside, not any other sim. The one that Bill Highbank says is the best is the one for Assetto Corsa. He says that is spot on perfect. So if you have a Assetto Corsa and you like Riverside, you can go race the real version in Assetto Corsa. The ones in R Factor, the ones with the curbing, is the worst. It is so inaccurate. It's not even funny. Even I can tell the difference from running the one in Assetto Corsa to that one. Um, there's a couple others that are okay. I think they're converted from the NR2K version, which was converted from either the NASCAR Legends by Papyrus or um, yeah, GPL. Not sure where they were converted from, but those are, like the ones in NR2K. So I'm guessing that's where they were converted from. So if you're Riverside's your deal, you have a set of Corsa. Get that one. It's over at Race Department. You can get that readily available. RaceDepartment.com, I think it is. Yeah, RaceDepartment.com. So that's where you get that at. That's the good river. That's the perfect Riverside, according to Highbank, who grew up in Riverside. So he lives there now. So he knows. If he doesn't know, nobody knows except the guys who used to drive it. And so there you go. Anyway, that was 4 minutes just on Riverside, basically. Did some. I said, of course, I tried that. The Lotus open cockpit car. It's not an open wheel car. It's like a convertible, like a little spec car. And a set of Corsa, kind of Drives like a light convertible. It's not a bad little car. It's not great. It's not bad. And then I didn't do. I didn't. I haven't fired up R Factor in a couple of days, so I think I fired it up yesterday to check the Riverside or whatever, or maybe that was the day before. I don't remember. I've been checking that, seeing which ones are okay. I haven't checked the ones in the Simbim Sims. Now he's got me hooked on Riverside. So I hope you're happy now, Bill. And when you see this, he's going to be commenting up a storm that, and now I'm hooked on Riverside. And my track is Mid-America Motorplex, which is where I actually did run that little Lotus spec. I guess it's a spec racer. That's where I ran that because I'm way more familiar with that track because I've run that since I found it in GTR 2 and R Factor like 10 years ago. And it's relatively easy. It's flat, unfortunately, but you know, elevation changes sometimes mess me up. So to get used to a car, I'll take it to Mid America and learn how it drives, and then take it to a track that has elevation changes. Usually Riverside. Are you happy, Bill? Are you really happy? That's where I go. Second place I test the car is at Riverside. Riverside, Riverside, Riverside. Live it, learn it, love it. Yeah, well, it's been forced down my throat for the last 6 months. Actually, I did run it before Bill started cramming down our throat. I just didn't run it that much. You know, Laguna Seca is, the corkscrew always messes me up, so I don't run there that often. Willow Springs, I like. Again, Bill's been throwing that one at us a lot, too. Road America, Road Atlanta. That's about all the American tracks I've ever actually run. Oh, and Montreal, I've run that a few times. But, excuse me, mostly it's been America and Riverside that I run for American tracks. European tracks, I'm all over the board. I just run them all. Run as much. Actually, Brands Hatch, I run a lot. And Monza, I run a lot. I run a lot of Monza. All the configurations, because they're all pretty much in the Sims. Oh, and Watkins Glen. And I hate Sonoma. I don't know what it is about Sonoma. I think it's just that not turn 2 through turn 4 complex. I just don't like. The rest of it's okay. It's just that turn 2, you know, you get the front straight, you got that little bend to the left, and then you get the little S up the top of the hill, up to the top of the hill. You got the drop down. It's that section of the track, and then you go, and then there's a little flat out section, and you make that hard right. In NASCAR, and well, in their Grand Prix version, or the long version, it's like Riverside. It's got the U-turn basically. That section right before there, I don't like. And then their GP version with the way their elevation changes are, I don't. You know, it's a lot to get used to. It's still different. Okay, I think it got darker in here. Hey, the sun's coming up. Look at that. Okay, so that's Watkins Glen is probably my third choice for places to go to test the car because there's enough elevation changes there, and the long version too, the GP version. I don't do the NASCAR very often. I do the GP. I do the long versions on a lot of tracks. You know, the Mid America is a long track, even though there's something called the D curve. But unless it's a really small car with like a 4 popper, you know, 100-mile-an-hour car, I generally take it to the full course. Excuse me. 5:30. Well, actually, it's 20 till 6 right now, but yeah, you get the idea. I think it's, yeah. Ooh, actually, it's quarter till 6. That clock's a little slow up there on the wall. So, when John Norton, Wild Customs and Cars releases that Riverside, go and get it because Bill's like overly excited about it, even though it's just they're fixing the trackside objects. It's not fixing the race line or anything, which I'm not, you know, I wish he would, but John, I know you don't want to step on anybody's toes, so that's all cool. Like that other version will ever get released, and I don't think that guy watches this, so I don't even know who that guy is who's supposedly fixing the actual layout of the track. So if you watch this, make a comment. Prove me wrong. Get it done. because there's a lot of people actually anticipating the release of that track. From what I've seen, especially High Bank. Anyway, there's your anyway for today. I think I said it twice. Ooh, didn't say it very often. Now I can't find my little poker thing. There it is. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. Way early breakfast.